During this meeting, I am going to discuss about the corporate level strategy, and the corporate level strategy which I am going to discuss here is about the horizontal integration and the vertical integration. And then we are also going to discuss about some alternatives to the vertical integration. And this chapter focuses on the strategic choices that the companies make with regard to the horizontal and the vertical integration. In particular, it considers the arguments for and against horizontal integration and the vertical integration, and examines the corporate relationships such as strategic outsourcing as an alternative, and successful corporate strategy add value by enabling the company to perform one or more of the value chain function at a lower cost or in a way that allow differentiation and bring the premium pricing. For a company to be successful, its corporate strategy must assist in the process of establishing a distinctive competency at the business level. So the corporate level strategy is going to support the business level positioning of the company in that particular business. But the corporate level strategy is also saying that in which companies, in which business they are going to pursue, and from which businesses are going to be shut down, or from which industry they are going to damage. So this point of the view that the corporate level strategy is supporting the business level strategy, if you conflict with the received wisdom of the strategic management literature, it is often claimed that the company's corporate level strategy set the context for its business level strategy. So if a corporate level strategy is to succeed, the reverse should be the case. That is the process of establishing a sustainable comparative advantage for the company in that particular industry, and that will lead to the success of the corporate level. Another theme which we are going to stress in this chapter is the existence of the bureaucratic limits. That implies a fundamental limit to the profitable pursuits of the horizontal integration and the vertical integration. As companies become more diversified or vertically integrated, top management begins to lose control, leading to the dissipation rather than creation of the value. The final theme of the chapter is going to deal with the strategic alliances and strategic outsourcing, and they're often viable alternative to the vertical integration and horizontal integration. And these are the strategies can achieve some of the benefit and some of the value without encountering the same bureaucratic costs. So let me share slide of chapter number 9 with you. Chapter number 9 is about the horizontal integration and the vertical integration. And the main goal of the manager is to maximize the value of the shareholder. In general, corporate level strategy involves strategic choices which the manager make, deciding in which businesses and industry the company should compete, selecting which value creation activity they should perform in those businesses, and determine how it should enter, consolidate, or exit business or industries to maximize the long-term profitability. And the principal goal of the corporate level strategy is to enable a company to sustain or promote its competitive advantage and profitability in its present business and in any businesses or industries that it chooses to enter to improve the competitive advantage of the company in that particular industry. That is the main goal of the corporate advantage to corporate level strategy to maintain and sustain and support this kind of a competitive advantage of the company. Horizontal integration, vertical integration, strategic outsourcing are three corporate level strategies that are primarily directed toward improving a company strategic positioning and the comparative advantage and profitability in its current business or industry. Okay. So these are the learning objectives. Discuss how corporate level strategy can be used to strengthen the company business model and the business level strategy. I have discussed with you. Difference between a company internal value chain, industry value chain. Okay. So let's talk about corporate level strategy and the multi-business. The choice of the corporate level strategy is the final part of the strategy formulation process. Corporate level strategy drives a company business model over time and determine which types of businesses and function level strategies manager will choose to maximize the long-term profitability of the company. Strategic manager develop a business model and strategies that use their company distinctive competencies to strive for a cost leadership position or differentiate its products to increase the profitability. A corporate level strategy should enable a company one or more business divisions or units to perform value chain functional activities at a lower cost or in a way that results in increased differentiation. Only when it selects the appropriate corporate level strategy can a company choose the pricing option that will allow to maximize its profitability. When a company decides to expand into the new industry, it must construct a business model at the two levels. First is the business model and strategy for each business unit or division in that industry. And second, it must develop a higher level multi-business model that justifies its entry into different businesses and industry. That means one business model at the industry level, and if the company has presence in different industries, then the company can make a multi-business model which is comprises of justification of their existence in different industries. Okay. That I discussed. Okay, let's discuss about the horizontal integration and staying within the one company allows a company to focus on all its managerial, financial, technological, and functional resources and capabilities on competing successfully in one area. A second advantage of staying within the one industry is the company sticks to the knitting. That means it stays focused on what it knows and does best. And even when a company stays in one industry, starting a successful business model over a time can be difficult because of changing conditions in the environment, such as advances in technology that allow new competitors into the market or because of changing consumer needs. A focus on corporate level strategy can help managers anticipate future trends and then change their business models to position their companies to compete successfully in a changing environment. A strategic manager must not become so committed to improve the company's existing product line that they fail to recognize new opportunities and threats. So horizontal integration is the process of acquiring or merging with industry competitors to achieve the comparative advantage that arise from a large size and scope of operation. What do we mean by acquisition? Acquisition occurs when a company uses its capital or resources such as stock, debt, or cash to purchase another company, and a merger is an agreement between equals to pool their operations and create a new equity. So acquisition is normally made by the large company and acquire a smaller company, and the mergers are between the equal companies. Equal companies are merged into a new company. Okay, what are the benefits of horizontal integration? Profitability increase when horizontal integration lower the cost structure, increases the product differentiation, leverages a comparative advantage, reduce rivalry within the industry, and increase bargaining power over suppliers and buyers. Okay, let's talk about the benefits of the horizontal integration one by one. First is lowering the cost structure. Horizontal integration can lower the company cost structure because it creates increasing economies of scale. Achieving economies of scale is especially important in industry with a high fixed cost structure like telecommunication industry. A company can also lower its cost structure when horizontal integration allows it to reduce the duplication of resources between the two companies, because after the two companies have been merged or acquired, and if the duplication reduces, that will also increase the economies of scale for the company, and that reduces the cost structure of the company. Second is increased product differentiation. Horizontal integration may also increase the profitability when it increases product differentiation. For example, increasing the flow of the innovative new product that a company's sales force can sell to the customer at a premium price. After the merger or after the acquisition, the company has that kind of, if the company has that kind of differentiation, which increases the quality of their product, so that is also benefit of a horizontal integration. So horizontal integration can also allow the company to merge the product line of the two companies, so they can offer a consumer a wider range of the product. For example, the concept of the product bundling involves offering the customer the opportunity to purchase a range of the product at a single combined price. If the company is manufacturing a laptop, and if they are along with the laptop, if they have the printers or if they have accessories of the laptop, so that can be a bundling, product bundling. That can also differentiate the product offerings of the company. Another way of increase the product differentiation is cross-selling, which is when a company take advantage of or leverages of its established relationship with the customers by way of acquiring additional product lines or categories that it can sell to. In this way, a company increases differentiation because it provides a total solution and it satisfies all of the customer satisfaction needs. For example, if one telecommunication company is offering a mobile phone of a Samsung company, and so that can be cross-selling. The Samsung can cross-sell their mobile phone through their telecommunication company franchises. That can be arrangement of the franchises as well. And by acquiring, if the telecommunication company can acquire a mobile company and the mobile company can cross-sell through the telecommunication retail outlets. Okay. Third is leveraging a competitive advantage more broadly. For firms that have resources or capabilities that could be valuably deployed across multiple market segments or geography, horizontal integration may offer opportunities to become more profitable. For example, in the case of the Walmarts, where they basically expand into the other retail formats, like in case of online and like in case of the other geographical regions. So that basically leveraging a comparative advantage of the Walmart to other geographical regions as well. That you have certain comparative advantage in one geographical region, and you can basically extend the boundaries into the another areas that, and you're leveraging a comparative advantage. Reduced rivalry within the industry. Horizontal integration can help to reduce the intense rivalry in two ways. Acquiring or merging with a company help to eliminate excess capacity in an industry, which triggers the price wars. And by reducing the number of the competitors in the industry, horizontal integration often make it easier to implement tacit price coordination. Tacit price coordination mean coordination reached without communication between them. That they have this understanding that they are not going beyond this. For example, in case of beverages, Pepsi and the Coke have certain kind of a tacit understanding or coordination about the prices of their carbonated drinks. Increases bargaining power of the company. Some companies use horizontal integration because it allows them to obtain bargaining power over suppliers or buyers and increase their probability at the expense of suppliers or buyers. By consolidating the industry through horizontal integration, a company becomes a much larger buyer of supplier product and use this as a leverage to bargain down to the price for its input, thereby it's lower its cost of currency. And when a company has a greater ability to raise the prices to buyers or bargain down the prices paid for their inputs, it has obtained increased market power, because if the company has increased size, so they can also raise the prices and they can bargain down the buyer power to reduce the prices. Through this, here are some benefits of the horizontal integration. So let's talk about problems with the horizontal integration. Although horizontal integration can strengthen a company business model in several ways, but there are problems and limitations and dangers associated with pursuing this corporate level strategy. Implementing a horizontal integration strategy is not an easy task for managers, and there are several reasons why merger and acquisitions may fail in a higher profitability. First, it's difficult to implement. When you're acquiring the company, when you're merging the company, or when you're integrating those companies to the one company, two companies have certain problem when they're implementing this kind of a integration. And because two companies may have a different kind of a culture, and integrating those culture is not an easy task. And the high management turnover in the acquired company when the acquisition is a hostile one, and tendency of managers is to overestimate the potential benefits of integration from merger or acquisition, and underestimate the problems involved in merging their operation. So there are certain difficulties when we are implementing the horizontal integration through acquisition and the mergers. And when a company uses a horizontal integration to become a dominant industry comparator in an attempt to keep the strategy to continue to grow their business, the company comes in conflict with the Federal Trade Commission. Here in Pakistan, there is a Competition Commission of the Pakistan. If there is unfair competition in the industry where the one player is increasing their size, which is not in according to the laws, so then the Competition Commission of Pakistan comes in the action about the increase in prices, about the abuse of the market power by the one comparator. So these are certain kind of the actions that will be taken by the Competition Commission of Pakistan. In the case of the US, it is the Federal Trade Commission. Okay, so far this is the horizontal integration, and in the next video I'm going to discuss about the vertical integration, its benefit and the related problem. Okay, bye bye and Allah Hafiz.